YouTube world? My name is Nicholas Montez and welcome back to the Teenage Movie Critic, and I'm your fellow movie enthusiast, Nicholas Montez. And as you guys know, this past weekend, Avatar: Fire and Ash, the latest film in the Avatar franchise of James Cameron's Avatar franchise, has released in theaters, and that means today I'm going to be ranking the entire Avatar trilogy from Avatar 1 to Avatar: Fire and Ash. It's an interesting franchise because I feel like I really enjoyed the first one, and as the franchise goes along, it's like I kind of like it, but I have weird opinions on it because I'm like, I want to love these movies for both the story, plot, and all the action stuff, but let's just go ahead and get started ranking this trilogy, shall we? Alright, so, Avatar: The Way of Water is unfortunately in last place for me. Now, to keep up with this things, I think there's actually a lot of good things in this movie. I remember the first time I saw it, I was kind of negative on it just because I didn't really like the way the story happened. I thought it was a little too long, and honestly, it kind of felt like from the very beginning, it felt like it was going to be something really cool. And then as the movie just kind of went along, it's just like, we started leaving the forest, and we had to spend so much time in the water, and then it's like, sure, the action was really cool, but I'm like, there was parts of it that I just could not connect with, and at the same time, I kind of like the way the movie was structured, that it felt like this classic, iconic, cinema film, and it felt cool, and I was thinking, maybe I'll give it another chance, so I rewatched it last weekend, and I kind of liked it a little bit more. It's still nothing, comparable to the other films, but it's a pretty good Avatar movie that has some good effects. I didn't like the movement of the sea creatures in this one at first, but I think overall the water stuff is really cool, and I like the exploration with the kids. Not as big fan of sidelining Neytiri and Jake in this one. All the action's great. I thought Quaritch was cool to come back, but I also thought it was kind of stupid to do that. It felt like they had a lot of stuff that was set up in here, but they never really paid off anywhere. So I was a little disappointed, but I can forgive it because it was paid off in Fire and Ash. So I'll forgive this movie, but it is still in last place for me. Alright, so we have the first Avatar, and considering that this is the highest grossing movie of all time, I mean, the fact that it went to theaters and it beat Endgame again, it's kind of crazy. Now Endgame has the chance to do that next year once it comes back to theaters. For me, I think the first Avatar is a pretty solid, good James Cameron movie. Now, granted, I need to give James Cameron's movies another rewatch because I'm going to be honest, I think that after doing a lot of research, I think James Cameron might be one of the best directors of all time because of what he's able to do with Terminator and Aliens and The Abyss and of course Titanic. And now he decided to make a movie where it basically is this military people that want to assimilate this alien planet, but one of their soldiers pretends to be one of those aliens and happens to fall in love with the culture and wants to do anything they can to protect it. The story seems very formulaic and stuff, but honestly, I think it's a better version than all those stories that came before. And I think the reason for that is because the world of Pandora is something that is so extraordinarily interesting in here. It gives me a lot of these weird African vibes to it, especially with the creatures. I'm a little disappointed that this is the only film of the Avatar franchise that actually takes place in the forest, because it's we learned so much, and yet the rest of the franchise, they just want to do water, which I understand James Cameron likes water. He went deep into into the deep sea of the Titanic to do the movie, but I prefer forest and guns and explosions and action sequences. I enjoy that side of James Cameron's work, and I don't think he's going to go back to it. Maybe he will in the next two other films that he's making, but I enjoy the characters. I really enjoy the score. I enjoy the emotion. The characters in here, besides Neytiri and some of the other characters, they're not as interesting in this movie like the other films do. But other than that, the visual effects are amazing in here. The flying scenes, everything, all the action, it's great. And of course, Stephen Lang is great as Quaritch. So, pretty good introduction to this franchise. And I overall pretty enjoyed it.
Your goddess has no dominion here.
Alright, and yeah, Avatar Fire and Ash is easily my favorite of the new Avatar films. And I gotta say, I think that this is actually the first time that the Avatar franchise has actually been able to win me over. I feel like that this film took everything that I sort of liked about Avatar Way of Water, and it actually just set me up to just enjoy the whole thing all the way through. I think from the very beginning, it just established everything for our characters, a journey. Every character kind of had something to do, whether it was Jake and Neytiri, as the Sully family is mourning the death of Neteyam. I thought the usage of the Water Tribe in here was used a lot better. I also like how it kind of went into much darker places than the last two films. I love the introduction of the Fire Tribe in here, even though I kind of wish they didn't do too much with them, which is kind of the thing I'm disappointed with, is that they introduced two new tribes and they barely did anything with them in exploring their lands or anything. Now, you go back to the second movie, they set up this water stuff and all this other stuff, and a lot of the stuff that was set up in that movie got paid off in here. So, and we know Varang is probably going to be in the next movie, so high point that we're probably going to get more of that in the third movie, in the fourth or fifth movie. So, I'm very much looking forward to that. Overall, awesome movie, and definitely one of my new favorite films of the year, and definitely a film that I can actually go back to and be like, yeah, that film was awesome. This is cinema. So for me, Avatar Fire and Ash comes in at number 1.